Hi, Sherry Valley from Rusty Wagon. This is my toothbrush rug. I've been working on it since last winter, obviously not constantly. I tend to jump from project to project. Some people call it a Amish knotted rug, a rag rug, toothbrush rug. Honestly, I don't use a toothbrush. They sell tools online that you can buy to make a toothbrush rug with patterns and all kinds of stuff, but I'm not that fussy. And I wanted to do it on the cheap because I really wanted a braided rug and I didn't want to spend the money on it. So this is my version. You need scissors. Call me crazy, but I use bobby pins instead of toothbrush. You need lots of scrap fabric. I use old bed sheets. I find that flannel works best, and we go through a lot of sheets. We have a family of 5, and I get them from other family members too. The other thing that you can do is you can go to Goodwill or thrift shops and you can buy them fairly inexpensively there. Obviously, you're going to wash them when you get home, and I'll show you how to prep your fabric, because sheets have a finished edge that goes all the way around it. I already cut the end of this one. So I'm going to cut, this is the upper part of the sheet. I'm going to cut right on the edge of it. You don't have to be too fussy. And then you go down a little bit and then you rip. Easy peasy. Rip it all the way down. You can have little threads and whatnot. It's not a big deal. Get rid of that part. I haven't found a use for that part yet, but then you do that all the way around, all 4 sides. I measure with my fingers. I use about 2 to 3 finger width, and I kind of put my hand on it, and then I take my scissors and I kind of cut roughly in that area, and then I rip down a little bit. And I do this a couple times, maybe like 3 or 4 times, because I am, I guess let's call it efficient. I'm sort of lazy. I don't want to spend my whole time prepping the fabric. I want to spend my time actually making the project. So I'm going to do this, for time's sake, only 3 times, and my scissors are giving me a hard time. So you're going to rip it down a little bit to get it started. And then you hold every other one. So you're going to hold this one, drop that one. Hold the first one, the third one, and then I have a 4th over here. I'm going to hold that with this. So every other one in each hand, and then you pull. And when it's really long, your arms will get tired from ripping a lot of it. So you step on the bottom of it and you pull. This way, your arms don't hurt. Okay, so then now I have 3 strips. And you're going to take the end of each strip. It doesn't matter if wrong sides together or whatnot. You just put the 2 ends together. You fold it down about 1 inch. Fold the fabric down. I'm going to show you so you can see. Let's just say 2 fingers. Obviously, you're going to move your fingers out of the way. Take your scissors and you're going to cut a little slit through all the layers. It's going to kind of, when you open it, look like a buttonhole. So that was one continuous piece. You put the 2 ends together, fold it down, snip it, open it. You essentially have a hole on each end of the long strip. You're going to do that to all of your strips. It's going to take a lot of strips to make a rug. A lot. And I'm going to show you how to start a rug. And the way I like to start it, there's lots of different ways online. You can research it. It's kind of crazy, and some people go bananas over it. I do it, I think the easiest way is you start with a braid. Even though this is not a braided rug, it's my version of a toothbrush rug, which kind of a mashup. So you're making a braid, so obviously you need 3 strands. And the carpet that you're making, if you want it to be a finished size of 3 feet long, you're going to make your braid 1 foot long. So your braid should be 1/3 of the size of the finished rug. You can keep going and going and going and going to your heart's content. The toothbrush rug police aren't going to come tell you to stop. you go until you're done or until you're sick of it. So you have all 3 pieces together. I would normally use a safety pin and pin them all together, but I don't have one because I'm not prepared, I guess. So I'm going to tie it in a knot just for time's sake. So you're going to braid it, and you're not going to do your braids super tight. The ends are going to get tangled and it's going to be a pain, but you're going to have to work with it. So you braid and you braid and you braid. So if you want a 3-foot carpet, you're going to do 1 foot long. So let's pretend my braid is done. I'm assuming you all know how to braid. So there's my braid. It's not super tight and it's not super loose. You can't really like see through it. So I'm going to tie the other end in a knot so I can show you without it falling apart. All right. Some people like to pin the end of it on, I wouldn't really pin it on your couch because it might make a hole in the fabric, but you can pin it on an old carpet or an old piece of fabric or your comforter of your bed, which is what I did. So you're going to do that. You're going to take your handy dandy pin. You're going to put it through the holes that you made, through one side with the hole. You're going to start at one end. You're going to poke your finger through the hole, the braid. Make a hole. So there's a hole. You go through it. You're going to have a tail. So this end is going to be the tail. Like this. Over and under and then through, which is kind of hard to explain when it's this small and I'm holding it. So when I show you on my larger one, it will make more sense. So this is the tail that you kind of string it along with, and then I'll add to this piece to make it longer. You're going to poke a hole through. You're going to go from the top through the bottom, under the tail, under the tail. Then you're going to go through the hole. So essentially you just looped around this piece right here. I'll show you on my bigger carpet and it will make more sense. But that's just how you start. And I will show you how to add to your strings on each end. You just pull my carpet down. I do it on the floor now because my carpet is about, I know, a good 5 feet long. I'm just gonna tip so that you can see. And some people say that you can do this on the couch while you're watching TV. You can't. I tried it. It made the edge of my carpet kind of ripply with waves, and it's not a good look that I like. So here's my end with my bobby pin in it. Here's my tail that I am essentially looping this piece around. I'm going to pick it up just so that you guys can see it better. Here's my piece going around. And there's my edge. Now you can see there's a hole right here. I'm not going to go through the same hole I just went through. So I'm going to go through the top, down. Here's my end piece, my part that I'm kind of essentially weaving onto. I'm going to pull this top one through, and it's going to leave a little loop. Kind of put your finger through the loop, going towards yourself, And then the one that you just stuck through the top hole, you're going to take your pin and put it through, back through the loop. And pull it up. And it is over this end piece. And then you just keep going. You go through, find the hole, go down in the top. We'll call this the chaser piece because you're kind of chasing it all the time. Go down and through. And then you're going to take this top one with the bobby pin on it, go back through this loop that you made. And you don't want to pull too tight, because if you pull too tight, it's going to be incredibly hard for you to find the next hole when you go all the way around. And it's just a pain. Trust me, I tried it. My suggestion to you guys are that you do a very small one to start. I made one for in my dog's crate, and it really came out terrible. But it was okay because it was my tester one and it went in the crate. So that's how you do it. I hope that you guys give this a try. You might have to watch the video a couple times. And if you have a hard time, let me know and I will try to repost another video. I can do it with fabrics that are more contrasting in color, and hopefully it will be easier to see.